Senator Dino Melaye, a former member of the Nigerian Senate, was seen in court with his wig and a legal attire, the gown. And of course, you recall that weeks ago, Senator Dino Melaye joined the number of lawyers that were called to bar, recently. And, when he was seen in court today, it drew attention and quite a lot of people wanted to take pictures with him and all of that. But then something strikes my attention, which I believe, as you are watching the video, it should strike, something should click inside of you. Looking at things from the angle of the set of people who are going into law, who are becoming lawyers. Take, for instance, if we have, the likes of, when we had late Gani Fayemi, he go tire you, to the fight people with those kind of person they defend. You don't understand. And then now we have the likes of Femi Falana, who by the grace of God is doing his best, speaking up for the less privileged and all of that, people who can afford, legal battles and all of that. But then today we are having the likes of Deji Adeyanju, who is speaking up, a legal practitioner who I believe went into this legal practitioner to defend the less privileged. Because I saw a tweet by him recently when he said that people should, I think his interpretation was that people should desist from, speaking ill of sitting presidents, abusing sitting president. Why? Because number one, the court is going on recession and all of that. So if they arrest you, you will be in detention till the court resumes and all of that. That's to tell you, I've seen him defend so many people, defend very dark man, defend so people, and, getting people out of trouble, defending them and allowing the law take its course. And so I foresee that, take for instance, the election tribunal will not be the same again. Election tribunals will not be the same again. With the likes of, Deji Adeyanju, with the likes of somebody like Dino Melaye. You remember Dino Melaye in 2023? You remember? He was on the forefront in the whole when Mahmoud Yakubu, the INEC president, chairman, was announcing elections, and he stood up to him. So you can imagine that kind of person with such an agility, such confidence and courage, coming into the law profession to defend, to defend a contestant in an election tribunal. I don't believe it's going to be the same again. I want you to drop a comment, make them simple and simple. Let us know what your opinions are with regards to this class of people. I've mentioned Deji Adeyanju, I've mentioned what's his name, Dino Melaye. I'm mentioning Kenneth, Okonkwo, and all these guys who are going into the legal profession. And recall that they are not people who are having law as their first degree. They are going into legal profession as a passion, from what I see. They are going into legal profession to defend, the cause of stuffs that are just going on and are not just right. And so, though I love it, sincerely speaking, it gives me courage and it gives me some level of hope, apart from the hope I have before that it's eventually going to be well with Nigeria. But then when I see these guys going into these areas, I believe that God is positioning them in the right places, so that at the right time we will have the right person as the chief judge of Nigeria. We will have a right person as the chief judge at the appeal court. We will have right thinking, innocent, not just innocent, but people who are sane in their thinking as lawyers. We will have them as judges, people who will not be bribed, people whose conscience will not be bribed, people who will say it as it is, people who will give judgments regardless of whether you are pursuing their lives or not. That is what I see happening in no distant time. Politicians should become more careful at the moment because with these guys will dig out cases. These guys will dig out cases. They will dig out cases. So by the time you bring together these forces, I've mentioned 3 of them, just here, and by the time you bring others into the picture, these guys are going to bring a shake and a turnaround to the legal system. That's my opinion, though. Please drop your comment, make them simple and simple. This is Serious Matters at Onif TV. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.